Okay, my name is Jordan. Y'all, I've been doing Plexus things for a long time. I will tell you my story in a second, but I want to make sure y'all get entered into the fun stuff because I don't see any dudes.
I hear
Okay.
you.
I'm pretty sure there's not any guys on here because I know one of the things we're giving away are hair clips. Something we're giving away is like some lip gloss. I can't remember what else I saw in there, but I know that there's a bunch of stuff that we're gonna be giving away, and I want to make sure y'all know how to get those. Let me mute everybody. All right. So all you're going to do is all five of us, there's five of us girls, and we're all going to just ask a question at some point. Maybe it's beginning, maybe the end. We're going to ask a question before or after we share our story. All you got to do is answer the question in the chat. This is not complicated, and we will do all the drawings at the end. So don't leave because we are going to draw at the end. Okay. Well, my name is Jordan. You guys, I actually started Plexus products back in 2017, but this was after probably 15 years of stomach issues. Not going to the bathroom is really painful, and that was my story.
Who? First and second string or just second string? Oh, okay.
I mean, okay. Anyway, okay. So I needed to go to the bathroom really bad. Did y'all know on average you should be going to the bathroom 1 to 3 times a day? I was maybe doing that once a week. And this looked like this for me. I would wake up, I would immediately know whether or not I was going to have a good day or bad day based on how my stomach felt. I was skipping foods that I loved, trying to figure out what's going on, what's going to make me feel better, what oh my gosh, elimination diet can I try next? My doctor had me on Miralax to go to the bathroom. He had me on Nexium because my heartburn was so bad. And y'all, I was like young 20s. Like I was a college athlete. I was like, this cannot be the future for me. And so I actually had a colonoscopy when I was early 20s, and it was a very expensive bill. And they basically just said, looks like you have IBS. It looks like you got some inflammation and you're constipated. And I wanted to smack them because I was like, you are telling me nothing that I didn't already know. And I was just mad. Like, I just wanted answers. I wanted to feel good. I was newly married. Like, try being constipated on your honeymoon. I was like, please, something help me, okay? And so I'd been seeing my friend do Plexus. Actually, I have several friends that did Plexus. And I was like, there's no way your stupid little pink drink is going to help me. I didn't want any part of it. But at that point, I was just desperate. I was like, something's got to give. They're talking about gut health. Maybe this could help me. Y'all, I was 1 week in and I was already going to the bathroom every single day for the very first time since elementary school. No joke. And within about 3 months in, I had lost all of my baby weight. And y'all, I was training for a half marathon at the time, and I still could not lose weight. And so all of a sudden, it was like my body was working for me and not against me. And I started noticing that I just was sleeping better. And then that compiled into other things. But I started because I really just needed to go to the bathroom. And this was a godsend for me. And I have not touched Miralax in 8 years. I haven't had any more issues. And truthfully, if I do, I know I just go up my dosage, right? And so I started with the triplex. It's the pink drink, it's a probiotic, and it's a magnesium supplement. I take other things now, but that's what I started with. It was about $4 a day, and I would pay double to feel the relief that I feel now. So, anyway, all right. My question to you guys is, do you like coffee or cider? Are you a coffee or a cider girl when it comes to winter time? Drop that in the chat. I can't remember who was next. I should have my list in front of me, but I think it was Lauren. Okay, Lauren is going to go next. I'm going to grab my winner and then we'll announce it at the end.
What is up, everyone? My name is Lauren. I'm from Texas. And since we're in the cozy spirit, actually, is everyone done answering their questions? Because I was going to do my question first. Maybe I'll save it for the middle. So it's going to be something cozy, but I'm going to save it for the middle. So I started Plexus about 6 years ago, and I was very hesitant to start it because I was not super into MLMs. I'm sure some of y'all are the same way. You kind of have like the ick factor. Like there's been like some bad juju in the past with MLMs, and I knew that this was an MLM and I wanted nothing to do with it. But my sister encouraged me to try it. She knew that I struggled really bad with blood sugar issues. And when I tell you I was struggling really bad, I passed out every single day due to blood sugar crashes, literally on the floor, waking up in the mornings and just like passing out. Like it was a daily thing for me. If I wasn't eating every 3 hours, like watching the clock to eat meals, I was passing out. And I found out when I was about 18 years old that I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and hypoglycemia. A lot of PCOS people have insulin resistance. And I was one of those people. I also dealt with tons of weight issues. I dealt with irregular cycles. Like I would have a period and then I wouldn't have one for 6 years, and I would have one and I wouldn't have one for a few months. Like it was just all over the place. It was never consistent. And when I did have periods, they were extremely painful. If there's any guys on this Zoom, I apologize for my story, but this is part of it. So yeah, PCOS, I had passed out all the time. I had irregular cycles. I struggled a lot with my weight. I was killing myself in the gym every single day, like an hour and a half to 2 hours every single day. I was lifting weights. I was doing 30 minutes to an hour of cardio every day. I was meal prepping. I ate perfectly clean meals. Like I counted calories. I did all the things for 10 years, like 10 years of my life, because my life, like my body depended on it. If I didn't do it, I would blow up like a balloon. It was extremely hard for me to lose weight. It was hard for me to keep it off. Just like all the things. I was always tired. Kind of like Jordan, I struggled with constipation. I would have to drink like a pot of coffee in the morning just to like move things along, and that is like not normal. So I was just struggling with a lot of health issues. Enter Plexus. I was a Plexus closet user, is what we call it, for 1 week. A whole week, I did not tell anybody I was doing Plexus because I didn't think it was going to work. And it did. I started off with the pink drink, which I know y'all have probably heard about that, or you've seen your friends share about it. But that's what I started off with, was the pink drink. And literally the pink drink changed my life week 1. I'm not telling you that's going to happen for you, but that's what happened for me. It regulated my blood sugar so much so that I didn't pass out for an entire week. And that was what hooked me on Plexus, that sold me. Like that is what got my foot into the door with Plexus, is that I did not pass out due to a blood sugar crash. So that's what I started with, was the pink drink. And then I added in the probiotic and I added in the BioCleanse. So I added in just the triplex, just the normal gut health combo is what I started with. And within literally 2 weeks, I sent a before photo and like a week 2 photo to my dad. And I sent it to him because he doesn't live like around me, but I sent it to him and he's like, it looks like you've lost 15 pounds, because my face was so inflamed. And if you want to see that photo, I can have your sponsor send it to you. But I was so puffy when I smiled, like you couldn't even see my eyes, like I was so inflamed. In 2 weeks, it looked like I had lost that much weight, but I hadn't lost a single pound yet at this point. I hadn't lost any weight. I was just losing inflammation. I was pooping. I was sleeping better. I had way more energy. I wasn't passing out. Like all the good things were just going for me. It took me about 4 months to start like losing pounds, like actually losing weight, like watching the scale. Which is something that I hadn't like really done in the past. And I did not start Plexus to lose weight. I didn't actually think that I needed supplements were going to help me lose weight, because I was already doing all the right things. But since starting Plexus, I've lost about 20 pounds. And I've kept it off, and I don't work out near as hard. I don't meal prep near as much. I eat whatever I want to within reason. And I feel better now than I ever have. And I'm proud to say that I don't take birth control anymore. I did for about 8 years of my life to have regular periods, and I haven't been on it since I started Plexus. And I have a normal period every single month on time, like normal cycle. It's not painful. I haven't had any cysts that have burst. That's super painful, by the way. But yeah, Plexus literally has changed my life for the better. So that is my story. And here's my question now that y'all are done answering Jordan's questions. Okay, I don't know if there's any guys in this group. If there is, you can answer this question too. So going to the cozy season, are you team leggings or are you team baggy sweatpants? That's my question. And I don't know who's next.
It's Morgan. It's Morgan.
Morgan.
And I have to tell y'all really fast, Morgan is a dear friend of mine. This is her first time to share her story live. It is incredible. And so y'all cheer her on in the chat. But Morgan, go for it.
Okay. So I'm very nervous, but as Jordan says, we are doing scary things. So this is my scary thing that I'm doing. Long version, because I guess I just got to tell all of it. So I was 18 and had never had a period. Um, did all the tests, all the blood work, everything. The only thing they could come up with was that I had low progesterone. So, easy solution, put you on birth control. So, I was on birth control for like 10 years. My husband and I decided that we wanted to start trying for a family. I get off birth control, don't have a period. Okay, we thought this might be an issue. So again, go through all the tests. We ended up having to do IVF. After failed rounds, we switched to a new IVF doctor when we moved. Dr. Havman was a saint, and she was like, listen, we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to redo all your blood work. So come to find out, I actually have an autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, which means your thyroid can go up, down, it can be normal. So many symptoms that I had been having for the past years, it was almost like, oh my God, I finally know what's wrong with me, quote unquote. But it was nice to have something that I could hold on to and be like, okay, how do I fix this? So Dr. Havman actually put me on thyroid medication to get and stay pregnant. We got pregnant with our sweet little Addie girl. She just turned 1 like 2 weeks ago. So my goal after being on thyroid medication, having a healthy pregnancy, my goal was to not be on thyroid medication after I was pregnant. And I was really hoping that in being pregnant, it would almost they say that sometimes it can heal you from the inside out. I was really hoping that was going to be the case. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't. So after having her, I was waiting for my period to come back. It wasn't coming back. And I was like, dang it, we're back at square one again. Well, nope, I actually did get a period. And I kept seeing Jordan post these slides. And I was like, no, I'm good. But after every single period, and sorry if there's guys on here, I would get a yeast infection. So I was absolutely miserable for almost 2 weeks out of the month for 3 months straight. In doing this, I also had to go to an internist because the fertility doctor can't officially diagnose you with an autoimmune disease. She can tell you that you have it based on your blood work, but you need a GP or somebody else to actually do thyroid medication if that's the route you wanted to go. So in this time, I also went to an internist, did my blood work, got it confirmed. Yes, I do have an autoimmune disease. Again, I keep seeing Jordan post about this pink drink and she's talking about yeast buildup and all these things. And I'm like, okay. So in my goal to not be on medication, I was like, all right, let's try this. So I got on Triplex. Since being on it, I have normal periods every single month, which, like I said, have not had in my entire life since I was ever. Have not had a single yeast infection, which is like, thank goodness. I lost a little bit of weight when I first started, but again, it's like just that was the bloating and stuff like that. I was still postpartum, so I wasn't really focused on that part. After I think it was like 2 months of being on it, maybe Jordan was like, hey, let's do a reset. Like, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable. Did a reset. Since the reset, I've lost 15 pounds. And that was, we did that reset. I went back and looked because I wanted to be sure I had the date. We went back and did that in June. So since June, I walk, I eat not like good, but by no means am I like this health freak. So that is all just gut health, hormones, and yeah. So this is, for me, this has been life-changing, honestly, because I don't have to be on medication. And since doing this, I went back to my internist. She did my blood work again, and she actually told me, I will not put you on thyroid medication if you don't want to be on it because all your other blood work and all your other levels are so good. And I was like, okay, done. We're not getting on it. So super excited about that. That's my story. I am still on triplex every single day. I also do what we call Mom Fuel Active mixed with Hydrate. It's delicious if you haven't tried it and you need an extra pick me up in the afternoon. So,
I do all of that too. Yes, your question.
yes, my question. Would you rather go on a vacation to the beach or the mountains?
Y'all, isn't her story so good? I'm so glad that you were able to share. Thank you so much. Okay, I believe it's Tara next.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to start my timer because I tend to be long-winded. I'm going to take my glasses off so you guys can see my skin a little better. I'm a little bit warm, so my cheeks are red. But I'm going to drop in the chat what I used to look like. So this was me before I started taking my gut health regimen seriously. Now, I say that because I've been on Plexus for like 10 years. Okay. I started in high school. My story is much like Jordan's. Couldn't go to the bathroom. I actually had like got an abdominal tear from like straining. Crazy time. Okay. So my mom like put me on Plexus when I was a teenager. Okay. So fast forward, teenager stuff, college stuff, was inconsistent, eating like crap, all this stuff, and just kind of took it when my tummy would start hurting and all that. Well, flash forward, I guess, to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I started having horrific eczema on my face. I have been a lifelong eczema sufferer, but I've never had it generalized to my face. Very painful, very embarrassing, very hard to navigate from a confidence standpoint. And so I like kind of tried everything. And my dermatologist actually told me like there are no more like steroids that we can give you. Like you've built up a resistance to all of them. And there's nothing else that's safe for the face and like around the eyes that you can have. So your options are to deal with it or to go on, we can try like infusion medication. I was very nervous about doing infusion. My derm was very upfront with me. This is a really serious medication. There's lots of side effects, all that kind of stuff. So my story actually might be a little different than you think. I actually did do 2 rounds of infusion, and then I found out I was pregnant. And so I had to stop. And I totally freaked out because I was like, my skin is going to suffer and come back. And but then I also had like this come to Jesus of like, what I'm putting in my body is so unsafe that it could like deform the child that I'm carrying. So I don't want to ever go on this again. So then I was like, okay, Jordan, help me. Like, what can I do with my gut health regimen to keep my skin clear? Excuse me. To keep my skin clear. And she was like, you've got to be consistent. You need to do 60 to 90 days of consistency, commit. And she was like, once we get through that, then we'll start tweaking things. And honestly, that was all that it took. Since 2021, I have not, around that time, I've not taken anything for my skin since, or other than triplex. So probiotic, BioCleanse, and the Slim drink. My gut health, my gut flora is in such good shape that my dermatologist was like, what are you doing? Because you're not on any medication and your skin looks the best that I've ever seen it in years. And since I'm a little warm and my cheeks are kind of red right now, I'm dropping this picture. I took this picture today that I just dropped in the chat, and you can see how clear my skin is. I hardly wear makeup anymore because I don't feel like I have to. And so that's my Plexus story. It's kind of twofold. I had the IBS thing, and then I had the skin thing, and the same regimen actually helped me with both. So that's pretty amazing if you ask me. Okay, so my question is very simple. I just want to know if you're right or left-handed. Drop it in the chat.
I love do we even oh my gosh, immediately we have lefties. Okay. Thank you, Tara. Seriously. I just love y'all's story so much. It just reminds me like why I started this a million years ago, why I love it, why I share like all of it. So thank y'all. All right, Amy is up next. Amy does not have this autoimmune crazy story like us. And so maybe you'll relate more to Amy. So go for it.
Yeah, so my name is Amy Price, and I do have a very different story. I love these testimonies because they are so powerful. And so, like if you go to church and you hear these people come up and they're like, oh my gosh, I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and they have this amazing testimony. I'm the one that's like, I need to go get addicted to drugs because I don't have a testimony, which is not true because we all have a gut, so we all have a testimony, but mine's very different. So I actually was a very healthy person in my own eyes. And my husband had actually heard about Plexus from a friend that he just thought it was like athletic supplements, and he was asking about it for our girls who are athletes, and then come to find out it's this gut health stuff. And so he tells me one day about it, and he's like, I really think we need to do this. And I was like y'all, like my eyes rolled audibly. I rolled them so hard. And I just thought it was another weird health gimmick because he does these weird things from time to time. Like he seriously came home one day and was like, I want to lose weight. Let's just eat nothing but rice for 7 days. And I'm like, why? Like where do you come up with this stuff? So I thought it was another one of those weird things. And so I just kind of like, I thought he'll forget about it. Well, he kept coming back. And we watched the videos, the whole thing. And I finally was like, okay, I will be the supportive wife. I'll do it with you. But like, we don't need this. Like, we're healthy. I don't know why you want to do this, but whatever, I'll go along with it. And I was not supportive, honestly. So we started with a reset and didn't really know what that was, but I assumed it was probably recommended to us because it was the most expensive thing that they probably had. That's genuinely what I thought. I was that negative, y'all. And so we do day 1, and I complained the whole time. We do day 2. I complained even more because then I was detoxing. I had a headache, and I was like, this is so stupid. Why are we doing this? We're wasting our money. The end of day 3, I was like, oh, shoot, there actually might be something to this. Because by the end of day 3, even though I'm not going to lie, I was hungry and I wanted to choose something, but I started noticing that I had a lot of energy. And I started realizing that maybe I had been lying to myself, and maybe I wasn't quite as healthy as I thought I was. And so then I started kind of recalling some of the stuff that I was dealing with that I had just attributed to getting older. And so we get past day 3, day 4, I was like, dang, I actually been sleeping really good. I don't need a nap at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then we started our triplex. And for the first time in my entire life, I was pooping every day. Y'all, we talk about poop at Plexus. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. We just do. I was pooping every day. And I just like, I had always made it a joke. Like, my body's just so efficient. I only have to go every 3 days. Like, how stupid is that, y'all? But really, so I was starting to feel really good. And I told my husband, I was like, okay, look, I'm sorry I griped about this. I really think there is something to this. And I'm going to do it with you, but I'm not going to sell it. So that was genuinely, I ended up sticking my foot in my mouth multiple times throughout this process. But y'all, I have energy now, and that is huge for me. I'm 43 years old, and I had honestly started believing that the reason that I, like my gut felt bloated all the time and I wasn't digesting food as well and I needed a nap all the time and I wasn't sleeping good is because I was over 40. And that's just what happens, because that's what you get told is once you hit 40, everything goes downhill. And so I had bought into that. And then I started actually feeling like, hey, there's hope here because I feel amazing. And I actually feel like I'm aging backwards. Now, my skin is clear. I had worse skin in my 30s than I did when I was a teenager. And it was because it was my gut, and nobody ever told me that. And so now I'm like Tara. I hardly ever wear makeup. When I do, it's basically like concealer. My periods are so much easier. I have the energy, which you've already heard about. I'm not bloated all the time like I used to be. I go to the bathroom every day. And on top of that, like this opportunity has actually put money in our pockets every month and helped us pay off some major medical bills that we had come up against when our girls got injured. So I can't speak enough about the blessings of Plexus. And maybe your story's like mine and you think you're healthy and it's just all of the getting older process. But I'm here to tell you it's not normal. So that's my story. Oh,
What's your
I have my question. Yeah, my
Yes.
question. Are you team turkey or team ham?
Can I be team steak or like brisket or something? I'm kidding. Amy, thank y'all. I'm really glad y'all are here tonight. We're gonna go in order. I'm gonna let Amy pick her winner. I'm gonna grab my winner really fast. And as soon as we say your name, I want y'all to DM us. My name is Jordan Roddenberry. Find me on Facebook. Can't find me, just get with the person who added you. Say, hey, I need Jordan to get my address. Okay. So Stephanie Morris, you were my winner. So if you're still on, I need you to DM me your address so I can send you my gift. Lauren, you want to go next?
Yes. My winner was Whitney Alexander. So if you could send me a message on Facebook, Lauren Cook is my name.
Woo. All right, Morgan.
Okay, my winner is Callie Edwards. So if you're on here, my last name is Palmore, Palmore.
Yay. Tara.
Okay, Jessica Morris, you're my winner. So DM me on Facebook. I'll hook you up.
Yay. Okay. And Amy, did you have a chance to pick one yet?
I did. Yeah, my
Okay.
winner is Lisa Brown.
Lisa. Woohoo!
Yay!
Okay.
So yeah, Amy Price. So find me on Facebook and send me a message.
Yes, Amy Price. I forget y'all's full names aren't on there. I was like, y'all, I'm just really glad y'all are here tonight. And I hope you just heard somebody's story that made you think, okay, fine, like give me what you got, give me the cheapest price, and I will try it, right? So get back with the person who added you tonight and just let them know what you thought of tonight. The conversation is not a commitment. Go figure out what products that they would recommend for you, how much it would be. There's a free reset box. You heard two different girls talk about their metabolism reset box. It's free right now when you buy your combo. And so it's Pandora's box. And there's discounts, there's all the things. And so I'm just really excited to learn more about what this is. Go have a conversation with your friend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.